Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. Today I've got some fascinating and, yes, terrifying Dogman encounters to share with you. Before we get into these encounters, though, a couple links. As you know, I rely on my Patreon, my PayPal, and my merch to help this channel to continue to grow and go. Those links are in the description below. I also have a second channel for creepypasta, fanfiction, and scary voice acting. Stories that really don't fit on this channel. Now, if that's anything that you're into, follow that link and give those stories a listen. You may just like what you hear. I also started a GoFundMe page a while back to help raise some money for urbex, cryptid hunting, and ghost hunting equipment. So far, I have an EVP recorder, an SLS cam, and some trail cams. If that's anything that you're willing to help with, that link is also in the description below. Now, I'd like to thank everybody who has generously donated to help this channel to continue to grow and go. Now, I've definitely taken enough of your time. Let's get on with these terrifying Dogman encounters. Shall we? Today's first Dogman encounter. According to eyewitnesses, a creature fitting the description of a Dogman appeared in Grand Haven from 1993 to 94. Ben, who was a young teenager at the time, saw the creature not once but 3 times and believes each time he was seeing another individual in what could have been a pack taking refuge in Hoffma Nature Preserve. In 93, after dark, Ben was hiking the trails in Hoffma with as many as 4 friends. Just passing the float bridge near the center of the preserve, he heard a sound to his right. He spied what resembled to be a dog appear from behind a tree on the ridge above. I thought it was just a dog walking, and then it stood up on its hind legs, he recalls, mostly in silhouette, between him and the moon no more than 70 feet away. Ben realized, due to its size, over 7 feet tall, and human-like outline, it was not just a dog. The Dogman is reported to have a canine-like head, human-like body, and walks upright. It was on 2 legs, very tall and hunched over. It was covered in thick black hair. The eyes reflected the light just like a raccoon or dog's would. One eyewitness reported who saw the creature at night along the wooded road in northern Michigan. Today's second Dogman encounter. In early 94, a car on Lakeshore Drive was involved in a collision with a large animal. The occupants of the vehicle were uninjured, and police were reported to have determined that it was a deer strike. Witnesses said that there was gray fur all over the front of the wrecked vehicle, but no blood or animal carcass was found. One eyewitness was reported to say the driver couldn't even explain what he hit. Today's third encounter. Okay, well, in Houghton Lake, Michigan, in 2010, I went camping with my dad and my brother. We went out to the real woods, not just a campsite. It was somewhere around noon, and we started to hear coyotes yelp and howl. My dad said that coyotes are never out this early. My dad howled at them, and they howled back. My dad thought maybe they were sick and looking for food. He said that they'd do anything for food if they were sick. I didn't know about the legend of the Dogman during that time, but now I'm starting to wonder if it was a Dogman. It came to be about bedtime for myself and my brother, but my dad stayed up by the fire. He woke us up early, about 4 in the morning, and made us get into the truck and sleep there for the rest of the night because the sounds were about 20 feet away. I asked him the next day to howl at them, and he said no because he didn't want them to come back and possibly attack us. He said that next time he's going to bring a gun just in case. Today's fourth Dogman encounter. I was walking in the woods with my boyfriend one day, and I saw something run in front of me at a distance. It did startle me at first. I thought it was nothing, so we just kept walking. I saw it again, and it startled me even more because I didn't know what it was at this time. It looked like a dog and a man all at the same time. It didn't dawn on me at that time, but a few minutes later I remembered the Michigan Dogman legend. My boyfriend laughed at me when I told him I wanted to go home because he really didn't believe me, nor did he see it. We started to walk further into the woods when my boyfriend finally saw it. He decided it was time to turn around and go home. The closer we got to the house, it seemed that the figure got closer and closer as well. I looked behind us 3 or 4 times, but the very last time I looked at the figure, it started to run after us, so we ran all the way back to the house. We have never gone into those woods since. Today's 5th and final Dogman encounter brings us to Rockford, Michigan. I was taking my dogs outside to go to the bathroom around 3 in the morning, and I decided to go out with them so they wouldn't run away. I was in the front yard when I heard a growl from the side of my house. I quickly looked over, and there was a rustle in the bushes. I saw a tail and a leg, and it was gone. I was very scared, and I took the dogs in and tried to go back to bed, but didn't sleep much after that. A couple of days later, I was in my backyard, and if you go straight over the hill, you're at my friend's house. If you go left, you're more into the forest. I was over at my friend Casey's house, and I didn't realize what time it was. It was about 11:38, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta go home. As I left, we were joking about wolves eating me because both of our houses are covered by forests, and we laughed for a few seconds, and I headed over the hill. As I got to the top, there was this deep growl from the forest, and I looked over and saw some eyes. It was too dark to see the dogman's body, so I ran off very scared. Something was chasing me, and I could hear it behind me. I got to my front door and glanced behind, and what I believed was the dogman was gone. I heard a long howl and went inside with a hell of a lot of memories inside of my head that shouldn't have been there. I still have nightmares about that day to this day. Alright guys, 5 kind of semi-brief Dogman encounters. All of these encounters were from Michigan. I want to kind of address something right now. I haven't been able to record because I've been very busy with some things going on, and by the time I get home, it's 10 to 11 o'clock at night. I eat something, and I end up usually falling asleep in my recliner. So the other night, I was actually trying to record this and fell asleep, I think maybe in the second encounter, and there's about a half an hour of recorded snoring and sleeping. I'm thinking about putting like compiling a video of all of my screw-ups and adding a little bit of that snoring track to it, just so you guys can hear what it's like when I mess up. It's pretty funny. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these brief encounters. I know a couple of them I've heard. I've did one of these on this channel, but not so detailed. Actually, I was contacted by the person from Rockford, and they shared a little bit more of the in-depth encounter with me. But I've got some really cool paranormal subscriber encounters that I'm working on right now. I'm gonna probably share those with you guys. Hopefully, I want to get into the studio again tomorrow, and then maybe the next day with another Dogman encounter. I've got a really cool Dogman encounter coming from Texas. A couple of teenagers were fishing and encountered it. Very, very terrifying, but very vivid encounter. Very cool encounter. But with that, guys, I bid you farewell. And like I said in the intro, I want to thank everybody who has supported me. I try to give you guys comments back and thumbs up backs, but sometimes I can't, and I feel bad. So I just want to make sure that all of you guys know that, even if I don't comment or, give you a thumbs up on your comment, I am still thinking of all of you. You guys are the heart and soul of this channel. So thank you. And with that, guys, I bid you farewell.